Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, hi. My name is Harmony and I'm a 20-year-old college student with an 8-month-old. So for today's video, we have a long-awaited guest joining us. My boyfriend, Nathan.
Hello everybody.
And we will be answering some of the most frequently asked questions to let you guys learn a little bit more about us.
Let's get right into it.
So to kick things off, the first question is what year are we in school, what are we studying, and how much longer do we have left? So I can start. I'm currently a junior at the University of Wisconsin-Whitewater studying digital marketing, which means that I have 3.5 semesters left with a expected graduation date of May of 2024.
And I am double majoring in accounting and finance, and I'm a senior this year, going for my CPA license, so I have to get 150 credits. So I have 2 more semesters after this current semester that we're in.
So like 2.5.
Yeah, so I plan to graduate in December of 2023.
Next question is, what is our current living situation like?
So I live in an on-campus dorm, all to myself, and I chose to live in an on-campus place last year when I was actually doing an internship. So I kind of didn't really want to live with any roommates, and I didn't really know where I wanted to live, so that was just the easiest option for me. So yeah.
So I live in an off-campus apartment with 2 other girl roommates. I actually also lived with them last year as well. And we signed this lease back in October of last year. And so obviously I was pregnant at the time and I didn't know it. So I willingly signed this lease with them. And thankfully they were still very supportive of me living with them, with Graycen. So Graycen and I share a room there, which definitely comes with its challenges. Sharing a room with a little baby, when she's taking naps or when she goes down for the night, definitely is difficult, but we make it work. And so I definitely do think, though, that if I knew that I was pregnant, that I probably wouldn't have signed the lease with them and would have much rather have gotten my own place to just eliminate some of the stressful factors of it and be able to have a place for Graycen and a place for me and all of that sort of stuff. So, yeah. Next question is, how did your boyfriend react to the news that you had a baby?
Yeah, so this is a big question that a lot of you are asking, and kind of to start, it was Super Bowl weekend, and we had hung out that Friday and Saturday morning, and then I went on a snowmobiling trip with my dad, and then on Super Bowl Sunday I went to a party, not the one that you were at, one with my friends, and we were talking throughout the day and throughout Sunday night, and all was okay. We go to bed, but then I wake up to texts saying that you had the worst night ever. You couldn't sleep, having these terrible pains and all this stuff. And I was just trying to be there for you and be like, well, what could be causing this? So I was trying to do research on myself, saying Googling the symptoms and trying to see if there was any explanation. But obviously I didn't know what was going on. So I go to work Monday, and I'm still trying to get as much out of you as I can. But we weren't really talking that much because you were going through such mind-boggling things by yourself, or rather with your dad, that you couldn't even communicate to anybody.
Yeah, so it wasn't my intentions to be purposefully ignoring you or that I was avoiding you in any way. It's just kind of what happened. I mean, I was feeling so many emotions of holy cows, I'm having a baby, but also ouch, this really hurts and I'm in pain and I'm having all these tests and stuff ran on me. And so I was kind of preoccupied with that. And so I had only told my roommates and told you. And then my parents were going back and forth and communicating and stuff, but otherwise I wasn't communicating with anyone.
Well, basically you just said that you were in the hospital. You didn't tell people what was actually going on.
Yeah, I just told them where I was, but really didn't include any other information regarding that.
Yeah. So we were texting. I was trying to be there for you and stuff like that. So I went to bed Monday night, still not knowing, which is the craziest part.
And I remember so distinctly that you had texted me goodnight on Monday, like right after I had given birth. And honestly too, I do think that if you were to have like stayed up later or something and that you wouldn't have gone to bed, that I probably could have told you in that night. But it just didn't end up working out like that, so. Yeah,
so I went to work Tuesday morning then, and we were talking that morning and that throughout the day, saying that you were gonna break the news, whatever news that was gonna be.
I had something important to tell you.
During the day on Tuesday, so I was antsy to know. And after dinner on Tuesday, we finally FaceTimed and you broke the news. And I want to say that was the most shocking news I have ever got in my entire life. You could not imagine that situation and that news being told to you. It was absolutely mind-blowing. And the craziest part about it was during the day on Tuesday, I was kind of stalking your location on Snapchat. So I saw that she was at the hospital, and I saw that there was this little icon, and it said that you were near a labor and delivery portion of the hospital. So I was like, that's kind of weird, but it could just be a coincidence. So I kind of had an idea of what might have been going on, but no idea in all truthfulness. Like, even when I when I think about that again, it still makes my heart just pound. Like, it was the craziest sensation. Like, my arms were tingling, like my heart was beating out of my chest. Like, I didn't know what to do. I wanted to jump in my car and go and see you right away, but obviously due to the restrictions for the hospital, I couldn't do that. But yeah, craziest news I've ever gotten.
Yeah, and that's the thing that I really struggled with too, was that I knew that you would want to be there with me, and I knew that it wasn't gonna be possible for us given all of the circumstances of COVID protocols and you being so far away from me and you being at work doing your internship. You had just started your internship. You were only like a month in. And so yeah, it was all this really crazy timing. And I remember being so nervous too, and because of my preeclampsia, the nurses were constantly checking my blood pressure, and they were alarmed because my blood pressure was high at the time that we were FaceTiming. And I was like, but I'm FaceTiming my boyfriend, telling him the craziest news ever, like, cut me some slack, please. So yeah, definitely a day that I will never forget, and I'm sure you won't either.
Yep, exactly. Just to clarify as well, the reason why I wasn't in the hospital when you actually gave birth was obviously I had to be at my job. I know people think that I would just drop everything, but in the circumstances that we were in, it was just best for you and for my situation at work to not be there. And for you just needed somebody that you know you could rely on, that you really just needed someone to guide you during this process. So I feel like I wouldn't have been much help there. I mean, obviously you would have wanted me to be there, but I would have just been watching in fear.
So the next question is, was he a part of the naming process?
So when I found out on Tuesday, I immediately had so many questions. And one of them was, did you have a name in mind? if you had any
most girls
ideas.
Yeah, most girls always have like a whole list of names
Yeah.
on their phones, which I did, but I didn't feel like any of those names had any meaning to me or really just kind of fit her. So
yeah, so we talked about it Tuesday night and all day Wednesday, trying to come up with the right idea, and we finally settled on Graycen because the meaning of it is God's blessing. So since she was such a miracle baby and we had no idea that she was gonna be a part of our lives, that we thought that was very fitting for her. And then her middle name is Love, as you all know, and that's simply because she was born on Valentine's Day. So
yeah. So he definitely was a part of the name process. Just because he wasn't sitting there in the hospital with me doesn't mean that he wasn't a part of the process. That's kind of the cool part about technology now and always connecting us. So I know that a lot of people were concerned about that, but he helps name little Graycen Love, and we both love her name and the meaning behind it, and we think it's perfect for her. Next question is, how did his family react to the news?
So I told my family the day after I found out, which was Wednesday, and I sat them down for dinner and I was like, I've got some news for you. And basically said that Harmony has given birth to a healthy baby girl, and that our lives are about to be a lot different. And I mean, there was so many other details that they asked and stuff, but all those details you guys already know, so there's no real point to getting into all that. But yeah, they knew about 48 hours after Graycen was born. So, and
they were nothing but supportive. And I'm so thankful for all of that love and support, because I too remember going to see them for the first time and letting them meet Graycen for the first time. Like, I was scared, I was embarrassed. So, definitely just them supporting us together and raising Graycen and stuff too just meant a lot to me. Next question is, how active is he in Graycen's life? So to put it pretty short, he supports us every day. Just because we don't live together doesn't mean that he doesn't get to see us every day. And
yeah, so even though I live in the dorms on campus, I still go to see Graycen and to see you every night around dinner time, so that we can spend time together, bonding, we like to go for walks, stuff like that. So I'm still very involved and love Graycen with my whole heart, and I love seeing her every day, doing things with her. We put her to bed every night together, which is a process sometimes, because she likes to stay up for 45 minutes past her bedtime sometimes, not falling asleep. But so some days it's harder than others, but we get through it.
Yeah, and we spend every weekend together too. Yeah. We migrate between staying in Whitewater and going and visiting both of our families, or sometimes too we get lucky and my mom takes Graycen for the weekend, so we just get us time to focus on ourselves as a couple and yeah, get time away from the baby, get to be real college students again, which is pretty nice.
Yeah, we definitely appreciate those times. So.
Yes, very thankful for that. Next is, what are we looking forward to experiencing with Graycen?
You want to go first?
Sure. I specifically am really looking forward to Christmas time with Graycen and kind of the holiday season, which I'm so excited that we're coming upon right now. And, you know, just like getting to decorate the Christmas tree with her, getting to go see Christmas lights and do Christmas morning with her for the first time. Like, I'm just so excited for.
Yeah, that is going to be really fun. And personally, I love just to see her grow up. It's amazing how many new things she learns every week and every day. Like, she changes so fast, and you blink and now she's crawling on all fours, and you blink again and she's pulling herself up on the chair next to you, and
Soon enough.
Probably by Christmas she'll be walking already, which is so crazy. So I'm really looking forward to seeing her as she learns new things. It's gonna be a sight to see.
So the last question is, what is the greatest part and the hardest part of becoming a parent?
Yeah. So for me, the greatest part is making her smile, making her laugh. She has the cutest smile, can light up a room, and it just melts my heart every time.
Yeah, that I think is very well put. Her laugh is contagious, and sometimes we'll laugh about something and she'll just burst into laughter too. She has no reason to be laughing, but just because we're laughing, she laughs too.
Yep.
And her smile is even cuter now that she has 2 bottom teeth. And it just, that's what she's the happiest in the mornings. And so although she wakes me up at 7:15 every morning and I don't want to be awake, seeing her pull herself up in her little pack and play and just give me the biggest smile, it's like, that's what pulls me out of bed and feels like gives me my purpose in life.
Yeah. And on the other side of that, the hardest thing is the overwhelmingness of it. Like, there are times when you're trying to plan so many things and sometimes it can be overwhelming.
Or impossible.
Yeah, it can seem like a lot at times. And the biggest thing to remember is just that at the end of the day, you're happy that she's here. You're happy that she's a part of your life. And you can't really complain about that.
Yeah, I think that, I think there's 2 hardest parts for me. On top of kind of what you already said, there's a lot of hard parts, especially when it's unexpected, that come with being a parent, specifically like a college-aged parent. And one of them is my sleep. Graycen still wakes up 2 to 3 times in the night, and like, dang, that's hard, because the only time I get to myself is once she's sleeping, but all I want to do is go to sleep, but I still have to, do chores and take a shower and have time to myself. And then still waking up all those times and then supposed to be ready at 7 o'clock when she's ready. That's really hard. But then also the second hardest part for me is maintaining friendships in school. Thinking about it, before I had Graycen, I felt like I had so many friends and all that sort of thing, and now it's really hard to keep a balance of all of those things, especially because I feel like my friends feel like I've changed and I don't feel like I've changed, and so it's just hard to know where they stand and where I stand now that I've had a baby. So we're still learning it and we're still adapting towards it, but I think that those are some of the biggest struggles that we have with being parents.
Yeah, there's lots of changes that's obviously happened, so dealing with those, addressing those as best you can is 100% the hardest part. But again, at the end of the day, even if you've had the worst day, walking home and seeing Graycen smile at you makes that all just go away.
Ultimately, Graycen could be my only friend in the world and I would be totally content with my life. She's really all that matters to me. But the 3 of us, just as long as I have that, there's really nothing else in the world that I need. So I think that is basically the most asked questions.
Pretty much wraps it up.
Yeah, it does. I do plan on filming more videos soon, so definitely leave some more ideas down in the comments of different content that you would like to see from us. And be sure to subscribe down below and give this video a big thumbs up. And we'll see you guys in the next one. Bye.